100 days in Raft even though I don't know a thing about it? No problem, right? Well, it was. You see, it all started with Raft World 1. Things started going off great, but maybe too great. I came across an island within the first minute and quickly abandoned my raft to explore, but what I didn't know is that you can't make another one, so yeah. And during day 1 in Raft World 2, the shark ate my raft.
No!
And I'm just gonna skip over the disappointment that was Raft World 3. But with all of that behind us now, we embarked upon Raft World 4, and let me tell you something. This one was a winner. So day 1. It's true that my raft knowledge is equivalent to that of a first grader, but if I've learned anything so far, it's that ocean trash is good, and the shark has no respect for small raft owners like myself. So, as I assume most people would, I spent today raking in garbage and slowly expanding my raft in case the shark started biting off pieces again. Oh, and I found my first island.
I swear, if I come back and my raft is gone, I'm uninstalling.
And after a nice haul from the island and returning to our raft, which was in fact still there, I watched as our first day came to a close, while enjoying the calm waters and a beautiful sunset. Day 2, and I'm surprised I've even made it this far. At this point, I'm just glad I still have a raft to stand on. I made myself some more room, along with a place to grow crops, cook food, and store all my goodies. And once the sun went down, I decided to spend the night hunkered down off the shore of a new island I found. Oh, but look at that, it is time to go. It's day 3 and I'm constantly on the brink of starvation. Trash supplies are good, but my life has been simplified to watching crops grow and water boil. Oh, and of course stabbing the shark in the occasion. I spent the next day grinding more materials, and I also found out that I could craft nets that catch garbage for me, so that's pretty neat. And on day 5, I did the impossible. I finally brought the shark to justice.
This guy again. Wait. No! Let's go!
Although it turns out a new one just comes back in its place, so that's cool.
Oh my gosh. What is this, his brother?
I tried to catch a turtle to make myself feel a bit better, but I guess they had other plans. On day 6, I did some thinking. If the whole point of this is to make it to 100 days, then it's probably important to have some sort of indicator, right? That's when I decided it was time to make the most important item in our journey, the calendar. Couldn't quite figure out how to use it though, so I just stashed it away in a bin along with everything else, but you gotta give me some credit for at least trying, right? On the bright side though, my big brain did figure out how to move items finally, so that's definitely a win in my book. I spent day 7 splashing around, expanding the raft, and making new friends.
It's time to take this raft to a whole new level. No, that was stupid.
On top of building a second floor on day 8, my nimble fingers also accidentally located the button that opens up the pocketbook with the main story.
Oh, where'd this book come from?
But as with any book with me, that thing went right back where it came from, and quite frankly, it won't be seen again for weeks. Day 9 turns out to be day 10. Yeah, look, I don't know what happened either, but it's fine. It won't happen again, because we finally have our calendar up, and it's going to be staying up, alright? Plus, what's important here is that we are finally at our first big milestone. Woo, 10 days. Everything was beginning to look like it might actually go our way after all.
Come on, he just put that there.
On day 11, I did some research like the intellectual that I am. I also killed another shark, because that's just who I am these days, and then I cooked his meat out in the open to show whoever shark number 3 will be that I'm, well, kind of a big deal. I spent day 12 smacking rocks, and now it's day 13, and, okay, listen, don't be mad with me, but I lost my calendar. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I have a feeling Shark 3 might not have been too happy with my cooking demonstration earlier.
Oh, is that a big island? Oh, that's gonna be cool. Ooh, a hut. Oh my... Wait. No.
And you better believe the only thing I wanted on day 14 was sweet revenge, baby. On day 15, I planned on sailing the open seas after the tragedy that was day 13, but I soon found another big island, and I just couldn't resist. I quickly expanded the raft to fit my new anchor, and then proceeded to completely deforest the place as well as kill all its inhabitants.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the laboratory. On Wednesday I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea.
He cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to the laboratory.
This took 2 whole days. Day 17, I moved on to searching for ore, and day 18 was more of the same. The only exciting part was when this big-boned fish right here tried to kill me.
Oh, jeez. Someone just farted on me?
It's now day 19, and I'm more than ready to get back out on the water. Oh, and look who's back. It's the calendar. This time it's for good, I promise, alright? Today, I was in the mood for destruction, and I knew I could afford it because of all the new wood that I had acquired. And on day 21, I discovered I could equip things, including the shark head.
Oh, this is sweet. Oh, I wonder if that means the shark will be friendly with me. Nope, nope, not friendly, not friendly.
How has it only been 22 days? Anyways, I'm starting to realize that if I'm going to make it on this stupid raft for another 76 days, then I might as well make it a stupid raft home. So I start building.
There you go, little buddy.
Reorganizing is not fun.
Ah, wonderful. Ah, yeah, no, that's fine. I didn't need those anyways.
It's day 25 now, and I'm finally starting to construct a respectable second floor that even Bob the Builder would be proud of. Oh, wait, look, Bob. Oh, thanks, Bob. I think. And this dream for a better raft continued into day 26, when I finally started to reinforce the floor, which apparently keeps the shark from ripping the floor apart, which is huge. I wish I knew that earlier. Another day, another island, and, well, you know what that means.
You know, I'm not really sure why these huts want weird fish, but it's starting to bum me out that I never have anything to sell to them. I'm expecting big things from you, pal.
Yeah, not that much happened today. But did you know that math errors apparently generate comments, which in turn promote videos? Just a random thought.
Upgrades, upgrades, come get your upgrades.
Honestly, and I didn't know this at the time of building them, but these 2 food tables are garbage. On day 31, I figured my plants might grow quicker if they were closer to the sun. Then on day 32, I added some privacy to my first floor. Well, only like 50% privacy because I didn't have enough wood, but come on, that stuff's hard to come by.
Now this is nice. And I fell. Oh great, oh great.
But enough messing around, because today, I was finally gonna start the main story. Okay, maybe not today because I didn't have enough satellites, but today, I'm finally gonna start the main story. Oh, and a side note of arguably equal importance, I put some fish on the wall to give my first floor a bit more of a man cave vibe, you know? It's only been a day since I turned on the radar, but we're already getting super close. So I decided to finish walling off my man cave while we wait in order to appear more professional, in case we get visitors wherever this blue dot is taking us. I also figured it'd look better if I walled off the anchor, and I decided to make a little display table full of our most precious finds. And we missed it. Yeah, it turns out I have no clue what I'm doing.
No, I'm not sad. Why would I be sad?
Day 37, and this random corner outside my raft looks like the perfect spot to make paint. Don't you agree?
Wow.
Ugh! Why would anyone do this?
Oh, and look at that. It's day 38 and we're back on track. And after just a bit of decorating later, we were there. So buckle up, because this will be our first major step to discovering what this whole story is all about.
Oh, so his name's Bruce?
And honestly, that's about all that happened here. I mean, I guess there was also this girl named Tala, and and she's gone. And just like that, we said our goodbyes and set sail once again in search of our next big clue that would hopefully bring us closer to the answers we were after, such as
Why in the world is this thing so stinking big?
on day 40, I built some fences, but still somehow managed to fall into the water later that same day. and on day 41, I found a yacht.
Oh boy, this person has been playing way too much Raft.
There wasn't anything too special here except for a few cute dogs and information about how to make a bomb. So I soon found myself back on my raft, raising the anchor and setting the coordinates for our next big event, to hopefully see if we can finally start to figure out why we're here
And holy cow, I thought the recycling machine was big. Now where am I supposed to put this thing?
I spent a lot of time thinking about, where to put this engine, but eventually I came to the conclusion that it was probably just best to shove it in some sort of back room hidden away. Day 44, I continued to add space for activities out back, did some more interior decorating here and there, and oh, look at the time, it's day 45. And there's yet another island to explore, except this time I actually have some business here. You see, thanks to that hideous recycling machine that we built earlier, I can finally buy some of the shop's goods.
And there it is, folks. It's 4 hooks for 1 trash cube. That's a good deal if you ask me.
And so I got to work, and before I knew it, I had my first rare fish. I'm going to be able to sell that bad boy at the next fish stop, and finally I'm going to be able to increase my reputation. Things are looking up. And speaking of things that are looking up, I decided to raise that back area that I've been working on. You know what I'm talking about. And I think it just helps keep my raft a bit more organized this way. It also helps maintain that man cave vibe that I've been going for on my first level, so that's cool.
No, it's gotta go. The world's just not ready for that.
And for the rest of day 48, I explored what was finally a new island. There were new trees, there were bees, honeycombs, and even bears, which, you would think they'd be harder to kill, but they're honestly, really stinking easy. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, and you're never gonna believe me, but we finally gained some reputation with our good old fish shack friend. And after a bit of vandalism and flipping random switches later, we found Johnny, who was useless. So we left. And that, my friends, brings us to 50 days. And let me just be honest with you, I've really enjoyed the game up until this point. But the truth is, the next 50 days include more islands where we do the exact same routine, spend days looking for parts, build a thing, leave with new coordinates, and repeat. So to spare you of watching that, and to avoid editing another 30 hours of footage, I'm gonna give you a SparkNotes version of what went down next. New Trailer Park Island, where my new friend Frank volunteered to join my crew, and we decided to visit our friend Sandy Cheeks, where we crashed a party and proceeded to launch a missile, all Frank's idea by the way, before we made our way to this construction site for some Subnautica roleplaying. Of course, we couldn't resist the urge to blow something up, and soon we had a new friend join our crew. Sort of. With our great success there, I decided to continue to Subnautica Below Zero, where I finally found someone who would just listen to my problems. That's all I ever asked. I took a joyride to clear my head, set off the nuclear reactor, and saved this young man's life. And that brings us to day 80, where we arrived to our final destination, Utopia. We soon met the main antagonist, Olaf, who was super lame. But after making it through his parkour course, dancing around his bombs, fighting his hyenas, and teaching his big slime dog a lesson, we killed him. Okay, well, I guess we just trapped him, but the village was reclaimed, and officially we beat the game on day 84. So, you may be wondering what comes next. Well, I just sort of did whatever I wanted to. I worked on expanding my raft some more, digging up buried treasure, spending time with Frank, looking for new volunteers. Oh, and check this out. I found a plane. Apparently it's only a 2% chance that this type of island spawns, and a 4% chance that this guy here does, which I was super hyped about. I experienced what I can only explain as extraterrestrial life, maintained my good reputation, and heck, I even tried painting again. But before I knew it, the time I'd been waiting for had finally come. Day 100. 100 days of Raft. So that's it. We made it to the end. And if you're still here watching, thanks a bunch. I'll be doing a quick tour of my raft and everything I've done during this journey, but it was a ton of fun, and I really feel like I've made this place my own. Also, as this is my first video, you may be thinking to yourself, what's next? Maybe another 100 days? Well, no, definitely not. Maybe someday, but to tell you the truth, I'm just sort of posting whatever I feel like here. So if you're curious what that might be, then feel free to subscribe. But either way, I'm just honestly super happy that you popped in, so thank you. And now let's continue with the tour here. We got Fatso on the wall. We got these two random fish, just named their generic, fish names. The anchor room, which is extremely crucial, and then my main deck up here with my trophies, my cooktop, which I got, tasty potatoes on. I got a good windmill, steering wheel, got all these plants, which honestly, I'm extremely happy about. I think they liven up the place a ton, and yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Let me just chomp on a couple of these real quick. Up here I got these plants, which again, it's just really pretty. I don't actually eat much of it. A cool zip line. And then, of course, you know that guy. He's our friend from the construction site. I got a nice little book loft here, some dining tables. Oh, let me just play a quick song here. No big deal. Anyways, here we got our little bridge over to this platform, which you saw earlier. I got this new little dive pit. This is where I enter and exit. I'm not going to do it, but I got a little seating area, radio. I got Remy the Ram. Over in the corner there's Frank, of course. They like to hang out and listen to the heavy metal cassette tape that I've got in that radio there. But other than the modern art that I've got posted up, I've got my bathtub, I've got the grass area, it's a chow, I've, of course, Striped Guy. He's got a name, it's just, I don't know what it is. I've got my hammock area. I think that looks pretty nice. Took like 3 hours, so please don't judge me. That's about it. You've kind of seen the whole raft here. Hopefully you like it. If you have any ideas, thoughts for, what I can change, no need to comment, because I'm probably never going to touch this again. So that concludes our tour, and I believe it's time for me to sign off.